No one is misunderstood more than God, and today we're going to be talking about money. 1 Timothy 6:10 says, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, and by craving it some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pains." Most commonly quoted as, "Money is the root of all evil." I mean, when the full verse isn't even quoted directly word for word, we're bound to get the wrong meaning from it, so let's look at the verse as a whole and also who said it and what else was being said in the chapter. This is Paul writing to Timothy, and he's confirming that yes, following God does lead to great gain, but it's not a way to material gain. Starting at verse 7, Paul says, "For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with these. But those who want to be rich fall into temptation, a trap, and many foolish and harmful desires, which plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, and by craving it some have wandered away from the faith, and pierced themselves with many pains. But you, man of God, run from these things, and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Fight the good fight for the faith." In other words, money itself isn't really the problem, but rather our love for it is, because when we start craving it, we'll do some not so great things to try and get it. Money can lead to all sorts of evil things, just like Paul said, and so we have to be careful whether we feel like our heart is in the right place or not. Because although that we say we're content with what we have, I'm sure we've all had at some point a thought saying, man, if I just had like this much more money, everything would be good. And it's easy to brush that off and just say you were joking, but you have to remember that God knows our hearts and He knows when we're lying to ourselves. So, yeah, you gotta be careful. And contrary to what many people say, it is not a bad thing for a Christian to have a lot of money. And if we go down to verse 17, Paul even gives specific instructions to those that already have a lot of money and how they should act. He says that they should be rich in good works by being generous and sharing, but also building a savings for themselves for their future. And just like everybody else, they shouldn't be pursuing wealth, they should be pursuing God, and with God, God will help them be good stewards of their money. There's truly a lot to this one, so if you're a Christian, I really do encourage you to go read the chapter yourself and just invite God in and help to let Him reveal to you what you need to work on when it comes to your mindset around money. I honestly just have so many thoughts on this topic, so I'm just going to stop it here before we end up down a rabbit hole somewhere. But just know money is not the root of all evil, and here's your reminder to at least go look in a physical copy of a Bible before you quote something, and while you're there, read some context about it too, so you get a true meaning of what it means and what you should be taking away from it. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you later.